is a bonus day, isn't it? Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on AMHQ Early. It is Monday, February 29th, Leap Day. Did you know that the first leap year was introduced by Julius Caesar around 46 BC? Interesting when we didn't adopt it until I believe it was the 1500s. So we'll teach you more about that today. But let's start with your morning watching storms by later in the afternoon in the Atlanta area. This is 4 or 5 o'clock. The rush hour home Tuesday is going to be a tough one, especially as you head out to vote as well. Then you'll be dealing with those storms moving through the area, and then some cooler and drier air moves in after that. All right, those are our top weather stories. Other top stories across the country. Here's Anna Rittis with more.
Good morning, Jen. Good morning to you at home. We begin our first headline, a really tough one. All
right, Anna Rittis, thank you for that. I want to take a look at New York and Boston and talking about the weather here. I know you got spring fever this weekend. I mean, temperatures Sunday were just unbelievable. We were in the 50s and nearly 60. Today we're starting off with 40s. Got 47 to start your day in New York City. We do have a couple clouds building in this afternoon. Looks like there could be a few showers out there, but not too concerned about terribly heavy rainfall. We do have some rain. Some of that's going to be steady times coming over the lakes right now. You can see back into central Pennsylvania. You know, yesterday there were thunderstorms with this when it went through Indiana and Ohio. So I think that's not out of the question. It's not likely, but not out of the question. Let's track it east today. We are going to be looking for the rain, a little bit of snow on the back edge of that, but the cold air is not cold enough to really give us a ton of snow. New York City showers coming in later this morning into the lunchtime hour and then moving out by this afternoon. Boston, for you, it's coming in at the tail end of the day. So overall today is still actually a fairly mild day, but big changes are coming by later in the week. More on that story. And spring, just 19 days away, but we got a little taste of it with the week. This is working for the weekend, right? So we take you today, and the big story is going to be the changes that are yet to come. We see signs of that up here right across the upper Midwest. 14 today in Fargo. That's a sign of the cold air coming in behind our next system. So the spring feel that you got this weekend, is it going to last? That's what you're wondering. Not for this week. Chicago, we're back to 30 with snow in the forecast by tomorrow. Thunderstorms do move through the southeast. A large area will be affected by thunderstorms on Super Tuesday. But then on Wednesday, the front moving on out, and we'll see our next system move in by Thursday, bringing some rain back into portions of the southeast. Miami really warm out ahead of that. By the time we get into Friday, that system pushes now to the mid-Atlantic, but now temperatures are a little bit colder. So we've got some snowy chances a little bit farther to the south. You can see into parts of Virginia. By Saturday, next weather maker, busy week, right? One lined up after another. The next weather maker on Saturday scoots through the upper Midwest. The West, look at this big change coming. This is huge news this week, finally bringing rain back into California, and we'll track that by the weekend. Anna Rittis. And welcome back. It's about 19 minutes past the hour. We are your travel HQ. Anna Rittis, the wind this morning, western Pennsylvania, has been tremendous.
And it's eventually going to get to eastern Pennsylvania, right? Because we have wind advisories in play. Let's show you what it looks like outside right now. If you're traveling across state on 76 from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, if you're starting out west, you're starting with the rain, and it follows you all the way.
Right, and the wind. I saw winds gusting in Allegheny County nearly 50 miles per hour this morning.
That's
so
wild.
The wind is going to be a factor. You know, Pittsburgh area, so many bridges. The wind's always a little enhanced there. And then head on the turnpike all the way back on this Monday. It is February 29th. It is the leap day. We'll have a little science behind the leap year coming on up. Also this morning, tracking big changing weather this week. Who had spring fever this weekend? I'll raise my hand. No, a lot of folks did. We hit all-time record February high temperatures in places like North Dakota, and records were set across the Midwest, well above average Northeast, Southeast, Southwest. However, things are changing, and so if we didn't correct for it, eventually Christmas would be like in October. You know what I mean? Like you'd get off sync. So it's just to keep us in line with our seasons.
And then what happens to people who actually were born on 2/29? Do they celebrate their birthday
or like
every
a dog year birthday, right?
Or like a dog year birthday? Well, if you were born today, there are plenty of leap day discounts on food and dining to take advantage of. Pizza Hut will dish out a free one-topping personal pan pizza to carry out customers with IDs showing they were born on leap day.
How about this? Krispy Kreme, Arby's also offering special deals. Arby's offers a vegetarian menu today comprised of its sandwiches without the meat. And what's the Krispy Kreme? I think you buy one, you get one for $2.29.
For $2.29. All
right.
Or a dozen.
A dozen. You buy one dozen, you get a dozen for $2.29.
Not mad.
That matters.
I'll take it.
That works. All right, so my favorite actually is Zappos. They've given everyone the day off today. Isn't that fantastic? Giving everyone the day off, and they say go use your day to do something that you have always wanted to do. It's a bonus day. Go do it and use it. So I'm going to give you the weather for today and getting into the coming days if you are going to use that bonus day. We've got a front that we're tracking right now. Behind it, a lot colder. I mean, a lot colder for places like Bismarck, where over the weekend you were in the 70s, and now we're talking temperatures much more seasonable in the 20s. So, but let's track it. That's the front of note. So we're going to track this front, and along this front, we're going to be watching for an area of low pressure to form. And you see that as we get you into late tonight, into tomorrow, that's when the snow is going to start to develop as well, moving into portions of Iowa and then into northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, eventually lower Michigan by tomorrow morning as well. Chicago, this is another difficult forecast because we literally are going to have everything, I think. You know, depending on where you are in the metro area, we could see rain, we could see sleet, we see freezing rain, we'll see snow, likely ending as snow. Snowfall totals are going to be on the order of 1 to 3 inches widespread. 3 to 5, a swath moving from Iowa into lower Wisconsin right across Michigan. And then there'll be spots that get more than 5 to 8 inches of snow. And then we track it all east, and we'll see that wintry mix heading into western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, eventually up into the northeast. Syracuse, we will end as snow, but before you get there, you will have a little bit of everything coming your way. Same thing around Albany and the Capital District. All rain, though, in Boston and New York. Again, the low pools north and drags warm air with it out ahead of it into places like Boston. Anna Ritter,
all right, from the northeast, we